Somebody asked me, how do I feel about the Jake Paul fight? Listen, anytime you see Tekashi 6ix9ine and Hulk Hogan, remember Jake Paul, he represented the Hulk Hogan energy. Anytime you see Tekashi 6ix9ine and Hulk Hogan, you should already know it's an act. It's fake. But you see, the punches was real. Nipsey Hussle getting taken out, Tupac getting taken out. It's real. There's people that will get on here and say, hey man, they be faking their own unalivings. Like Nipsey Hussle faked his own unaliving. We didn't see blood or anything. Yeah, right. Satan, he plays for keeps. So when you see these people getting touched, they're really getting touched. Just like this Jake Paul fight. It's fake. It's scripted. The powers that be, they knew that he was going to lose. He knew that he was going to lose. But the punches are real. Yes, the punches are real. But they already know who the winner is going to be. This is why Jake Paul, he came out with Tekashi 6ix9ine, who is fake. I'm not dissing Tekashi 6ix9ine or anything, but we already know that he's a fake blood. Everything that he stands for is just fake industry plant. And let us not forget Hulk Hogan and all the Hulkamaniacs. Anytime you see Hulk Hogan in the ring, it was always fake, right? So what's the difference now? Jake Paul knew that he was stepping in that ring to lose. SR&BG in the Blood Fule program. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that. So on the 19th, Jake Paul, that was his humiliation ritual. He must have did something bad. He got his butt whooped in front of the whole world. Remember, back in the days, if there was a student, he was bad. Let's say he was in the 3rd grade or the 2nd grade and he was cutting up at school. They'd call his parents, especially the mama, and she'd come up there and pop him in front of the whole class. That was like in the 80s. You can't do that no more. But yeah, if the parents used to do that back in the 80s, they'll whoop your butt in front of the whole class. This is what happened to Jake Paul. Not only Jake Paul, but Andrew Tate. You know that they don't like Andrew Tate because he's actually one of them. He's one of them and he's been talking too much. He know the programs, he know the tactics. And you see these people, they get connected with these fraternities. These fraternities, they teach them different things and then they go out on their own. Like Nature Boy. I'm not talking about Nature Boy Ric Flair. I'm talking about Nature Boy who went to Costa Rica with his wives and his ass is in jail now. I'm talking about that Nature Boy. These people like Andrew Tate. Nipsey Hussle did the same thing. Tupac did the same thing. They join these groups, they get this money, they get this imaginary power, and all of a sudden, they grow a heart. And they want to start speaking the truth. And they bosses, they tell them to shut the hell up. But they don't. They know how to manifest. They know how to create realities now. They go against the same people that fed them. They bite the hand that feeds them. Jake Paul, somewhere in Jake's Paul reality, he broke something in his contract. And now he got to get whooped in front of the class. Andrew Tate broke something. Look, Andrew Tate is a bad student. You hear what I'm saying? He just know how to manifest good. This is what Nipsey Hussle was supposed to be doing. He didn't supposed to get taken out. But if you dance with the devil, he'll step on your feet, man. Let's talk about the Blood Fule program. What is the Blood Fule program? If you're one of the chosen, if you're one of the originals, if you was created in the image of the Most High, that means that you can manifest. You can visualize, and you can bring that vision closer and closer until you live in that. And that vision will become your reality. And if you vibe high enough, you become the master inside of your reality. You can literally create. But these people, these things that's controlling all the programs, the things that's controlling the money and the honey, these things that they can't manifest. So the way that they bring things into this reality is with entities, things that you can't see, things that have powers, fallen angels, powers, principalities, demons. Yeah, they use all of those workers, the ones that work in the dark. But these things need to be fed. And the majority of them, the powerful ones, they eat the blood. This is why the blood fuels them. This is why I call it the Blood Fule program. This is an old program. This program was created before Hollywood. This program literally feeds the gods. I should call this the Ambrosia program, right? Yeah, the Ambrosia program. Because this is the food of the gods. In every simulation, it was the Blood Fule program. This is how the fallen angels, the demons, the principalities, the powers, this is how they ate. In an exchange, they gave people powers of influence. So now you can create movies like It. You can create movies like Child's Play. And people will gravitate to it. And when the people gravitate to it and pay attention to it, then the demons inside of it, they live. And it all starts with the Blood Fule. So basically, in order for them to do what we do naturally, they need to sacrifice. But here's the thing. They sacrifice their own. Now, let me go over a couple of these victims of the Blood Fule program. Some people are born into this cult. Some people sign contracts and they don't even know what the hell they're doing. And they wind up victims of the Blood Fule program. But you have to understand that all of them, especially the ones that seasons, the ones that's veterans inside of these cults, they know exactly what the Blood Fule program is, the Ambrosia program. They know exactly what the Ambrosia program is. And they know that I'm telling the truth. Let's go over a couple of them real quick. And I'm up out of here. Let's start with Elvis Presley's daughter. Elvis Presley's daughter, she attended an award show. She attended an award show January 10th, 2023, the 80th Golden Globe. When she attended that award show, she didn't know that she was going to be a victim of the Blood Fule program. My woman says she did because in these photos, she already looked like she's dead. At the award show, I can remember how she looked at the award show. She looked like she wasn't even there. Her body was there, but she wasn't there. She passed away a couple of days later, 2 days later, at the age of 54. January 12th, 2023, Lisa Marie Presley, Michael Jackson ex-wife, remember? She was married to Michael Jackson. Her and Michael Jackson started this fake celebrity marriage that we keep falling for. You know how all of these celebrities, they get together and they get married and they in the tabloids and it make them $500 million from all of the gossip and the rumors, and then they divorce and all of that. Well, in the early 90s, Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson kicked that off. But now she's gone. She was at the award show because of the movie they made about her father. Remember the movie, what was the movie? It was a movie about Elvis Presley. It came out June 24th, 2022. That's about 6 months. I'm gonna round it up. That was about 6 months before Lisa Marie Presley, she died. She's a victim of the blood fuel program. This is why I feel sorry for these people. Let me remind you that the blood fuel program, it has a rule. And the rule is that the person has to be taken out within the year, 6 months before or a year after the big movie came out. In this case, it was about 6 months. The cold thing is it was 2 days after the award show. This is cold right here. Like I said, this is why I feel sorry for him. The next one of my favorite rappers, because in the 90s, I loved the Ghetto Boys, Willie D, Scarface, and Bushwick Bill. I remember Bushwick Bill, he was Chucky. Bushwick Bill was Chucky. He made a couple of songs and he said that his alter ego was Chucky. Look, here go one of the pictures to prove it. Right here. Chucky. Bushwick Bill was Chucky, right? We got that. I remember 2019 when Bushwick Bill passed away. I remember looking at the video. June 9th, 2019, Bushwick Bill passed away from cancer, right? But check this out. June 21st, 2019, just a couple of weeks after the rapper Bushwick Bill, who called himself Chucky, the 2019 Chucky movie titled Child's Play was released in theaters on June 21st, 2019. See that? I'm going to go back to show you Bushwick Bill, who called himself Chucky. This was his alter ego. He passed away on June 9th, 2019. Wow, right? This is a new one right here. I was talking about James Ransone. He passed away Friday, December 19th, 2025. That was Friday, right? Today is Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. Yeah, so he just passed away, and you know that he starred in It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2. But let's look at Welcome to Derry, because Welcome to Derry is a big hit. Welcome to Derry, when did Welcome to Derry come out? Welcome to Derry came out, the season 1, episode 8 was December 14th. You hear what I'm saying? December 7th was season 1, episode 7. Around the same time, you hearing what I'm saying? My children watch this. The first episode, look, I'm reading it right now. The first episode of Welcome to Derry was October 26, 2025, just a couple of months ago. In season 1, episode 8, titled Winter Fire, was December 14th, 2025. And this guy passed away. James Ransom, who's associated with that. Come on, man. This isn't a coincidence anymore. This is why they're going to have to hide, because we could see them. We could see them. After videos like this, you're going to be able to see them. They put it right in front of your face, right? So he just passed away. This is a new one. Bushwick Bill and Lisa Marie Presley, and you know, they old ones, but it's still happening. And it's going to happen more. It's going to happen faster because they need the blood to fuel their program. We really don't give a shit about their program no more. So they have to get our attention even more and more. It's not going to work no more, man. We really don't even care about their system anymore. Now, this one right here hit me. If anybody over here know me, then you know that I love fighting games. Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, and especially, I mean, ever since the first time I played the first Mortal Kombat in 1993, I think it was 93 or 92, 93, I think. I haven't stopped playing it. And just a couple of days ago, one of my favorite characters, he passed away. His name is Kerry. I don't want to mess up his name. If you know his whole name, then good. I know his last name is Tagawa. It seems like it's Japanese. But I don't know. I could be wrong. All I know is he played one of my favorite characters. This dude's character can take your damn soul. I still play with him to this day on Mortal Kombat 1. Come to find out that on May 8th, 2026, a couple of months from now, Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, come out. So he just passed away. December, a couple of days ago. I think December 5th. He passed away. And now, a couple of months from now, on May 8th, 2026, I told you 6 months before, or at least a year after the big thing, the big show, the thing that they're using the blood for. 6 months before or 6 months after, you're going to see somebody get taken out. And in this case, it's my guy. Now listen, I looked at the trailer of Mortal Kombat 2 and I like it. That's the sad thing. I actually like the damn trailer. You hear what I'm saying? They have Baraka and everybody, but especially Baraka and what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. She's Scream. She can get you with her voice, but she's on there. It's a lot of good characters. It's going to be a good movie. It's coming out May 8th, 2026. And if you go watch that movie, then understand that this guy right here, Kerry Tagawa, his blood was used to fuel that damn movie. Now, this one right here, I did this one in the Blood Fuel Program video a couple of months ago. This is the first actor to voice John Redcorn on King of the Hill was Victor Aaron, a native actor who voiced the character in season 1 before his tragic death in 1996. Okay, he's a part of the Blood Fuel program. In this Blood Fuel program video that I made about John Redcorn, I was telling you that John Redcorn's character is a cursed character, just like Superman. Superman's character is a cursed character. Anybody that play that character, something is going to happen to them. In this case, Victor Aaron was a victim of the Blood Fuel program. Victor Aaron's blood fueled King of the Hill. Now, let me go right here. Jonathan Joss was the second King of the Hill character who played John Redcorn. Jonathan Joss, he got unalived by one of his neighbors on June 1st of this year. Remember, King of the Hill is a story about neighbors, a TV show about neighbors, right? Now check this out. Check this out real quick. Let me see if I could get it. The new season of King of the Hill premiered on August 4th, 2025. Right? It appeared on August 4th, 2025. Now, Jonathan Joss passed away a couple of months before that came out because he was the blood fuel that is fueling the resurrected King of the Hill. King of the Hill, it went off air for a couple of years. And then all of a sudden, it came back. But this show is so boring, so lame, they literally need blood. And that's Jonathan Joss. Jonathan Joss. Check this out. King of the Hill first aired in the 90s, premiering on Fox on January 12th, 1997. Check this out. The actor to voice John Redcorn, he passed away in 1996. He didn't get to see King of the Hill because King of the Hill came out in 1997, right? Just like Jonathan Joss, he didn't get to see King of the Hill, the resurrected King of the Hill, because he passed away a couple of months. You see, the new King of the Hill, it came out August 4th, 2025. And Jonathan Joss passed away a couple of months on June 1st, 2025. Who's ever cursed with this John Redcorn line, this character, they're not going to even be able to see their the finished product. That's crazy, huh? They not even going to be able to see the finished product. I can go on and on and on and on with this stuff. And you know what? Back in the days, people couldn't see this. But now we can. You hear what I'm saying? Let me see something. Let's go to... Look, do you remember this one? They didn't even try to hide this one. This was on the scene of the movie Rust. You remember this one? What's his name? Is his name Alec Baldwin? Alec Baldwin, he pulled out a pistol. He put it to this woman's head. He pointed it at her. He pulled the trigger, and she's no more. And the person who was found guilty, I think they're about to be released in a couple of months. They got like 18 months in jail. They did this one in broad daylight. You hear what I'm saying? Look at him on the phone playing like he don't know what's going on. It was a real bullet inside of a real gun, and that real bullet went inside of her real head, and the only person that's in jail is going to get out in a couple of months. It reminds me of when all of this first started. Somebody asked me, when did this blood fuel program first start? You have to understand that this is an ancient program that the Incans and the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Mongols, the Mayans, they all fed the gods the ambrosia. But when did Hollywood start doing it? In the early 30s. The person who jumped from the H of the Hollywood sign was Peg Entwistle. Peg Entwistle, a struggling British actress who tragically took her own life in 1932, becoming a legendary symbol of Hollywood's dark side, with her story resurfacing in songs like Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life. Yeah, that song, her in The Weeknd. If you go watch that video, they're reenacting what took place. This is what kicked off all of the blood fuel program. This is what kicked it off in Hollywood, right here. Peg Entwistle, the woman who jumped from the H of the Hollywood sign. But when you watch this video, The Weeknd, he represents an entity, the entity that was whispering in her ear. Some people say that she was carried up there. Some people say that she was beat and drugged and tortured and carried up there and pushed off there. Some people say that she was possessed and she climbed up there after ritualistic ceremonies and stuff, and she just jumped. She was a sacrifice. She was the first one. This is her right here. Peg Entwistle. Right there. This is supposed to be the one who started off all of the blood fuel programs. Let's get to this guy right here because I'm getting kind of hungry. November 14th, 2025, Black Ops Call of Duty's 7, Black Ops 7 Call of Duty, it came out. A lot of people like that. A lot of people went to go buy that. That was a couple of weeks ago. That, have it been a month? Well, that was a little over a month ago. But look. Vince Zampella, the co-creator of Call of Duty franchise. Listen, man. Listen. This is going to happen more and more and more. Sunday, December 21st, 2025, the co-creator of Call of Duty, he's no more. Vince Zampella, he's no more. And just a little bit over a month ago, I'm talking about, okay, I said 2 weeks before or a month after, and this is a little bit over a month. Can you cut me some slack, man? Can we still put this guy on a list? Yes or no? Yes, right? He's on the list. They got his ass. In order for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 to be successful, it has to be some blood. And in this case, it's Vince Zampella. That's his name. He was a rich dude. He was a real rich dude. The code thing is, it's called Call of Duty Black Ops. Like the ops are black. Now, this is one that made me mad. When I grew up off of Fernando Valenzuela, the Dodgers. I'm from LA. I remember him. I remember the Dodgers came to our elementary school. I don't know if he came. 9 times out of 10, he didn't come. But the Dodgers, they came. And it made me like the Dodgers for a long time. And in LA, in the 80s and the 90s, all you heard was El Toro, Fernando Valenzuela, and all of that type of stuff, right? So when I seen this one, it kind of made me upset. Like, damn, y'all got to do this to all of y'all people? Fernando Valenzuela, born November 1st, 1960. He was unalived October 22nd, 2024. Let me say that he passed away. Let me take that back. I don't want to say unalive. Let me just say, hint, hint, let me say, he passed away October 22nd, 24. Now check this out. The Dodgers won the World Series on October 30th, 2024. Look at this. Fernando Valenzuela, October 22nd, 2024. You hear what I'm saying? I'm about to get something to eat, man. He's out of here. A couple of days later, the Dodgers win the World Series. How old was Fernando at that time? He was about 63, right? Look, they dedicated the first game to him. The Dodgers win the first game. Dodgers 6, Yankees 3. That's that 63 right there. The final game was October 30th, 2024. A couple of days later was his birthday. October 30th, 2024, Halloween 2024. Happy birthday, Fernando, 2024. Just like that, right? And that's a blood fuel program right there. Descendants, August 2nd, 2019. Descendants, it's successful. A lot of people watch Descendants. It's on Disney. I remember my children got into Descendants. It's about all of the children of the comic not the comic books, of the fairy tales, like Rumpelstiltskin and all of them. You know what I'm talking about. You can look it up. But anyway, on August 2nd, 2019, Descendants 3 came out. But guess what happened a couple of months before that? On July 6, 2019, Cameron Boyce. Cameron Boyce is no more. Right before Descendants 3 came out, Cameron Boyce was no more. July 6, 2019, no more Cameron. August 2nd, 2019, Descendants 3. Cameron Boyce, he played in each Descendants, part 1, 2, 3. He also played in Jesse on Nickelodeon, and no, that was Disney. Yeah, Jesse was Disney and all of that. Cameron Boyce, a victim of the blood fuel program. You see how they do their own? You see Satan, he don't love yous. Remember her? Oh, look, she's part of the Black Eye Club too. Look at that. You see that black eye right there? You see that? She's part of the Black Eye Club. This is Wednesday Addams. This is Lisa Loring. This is the first Wednesday Addams. You hear what I'm saying? And she passed away. She was no more on January 28th, 2023. But right before, see, she lucky. She got to see. She got to see Wednesday. She got to see her character being played by another person. On November 23rd, 2023, the Netflix hit, and this was a hit Wednesday. It was released on Netflix on November 23rd, 2023. And a couple of months later, no, in 2022, November 2022, let me correct that. November 2022, Wednesday came out. And a couple of months later, January 28, 2023, Lisa Loring was no more. Now, I could put 50 more people on this list, but I'm so exhausted. And I'm hoping that you could see the programs. You could see the Blood Fuel program. You could see all of these programs that we've been running on, because once you see them, then you could beat them. You can beat these programs, man. This is the only thing that they have running in their favor. Programs that we can't see. But now we could see the programs. Before I go, let me tell you something that happened. Speaking of Chucky and Bushwick Bill and stuff like that, right? So for the past couple of months, it's been a negative, low energy inside of my place. My children can feel it. I could feel it. My woman can feel it. The dog could feel it. We could all feel it. It's a low vibing energy inside of this place. A couple of days ago, we was looking for a movie to watch, and all of a sudden we all decided on Child's Play. I don't know why the hell I decided for my whole family to sit up here and watch Child's Play while we ate dinner, but we watched it. And halfway through the movie, I came to my senses and was like, let's cut this off and watch something else. So we did that. But the next day, my daughters, they was like, hey, let's watch Child's Play. Let's finish it up. And for some reason, I pressed play and we watching Chucky slicing. And Chucky is a Dyson, man. Chucky just killing everybody. I'm looking at that movie thinking I will kick the shit out of Chucky. He'd come running towards me. I'd kick him across that damn room. I would love to fight Chucky, especially being grown, right? I'm thinking that while I'm watching the movie. The movie goes off. A day passed. Yesterday, right? Look, my son, he's running in the house. He turned around. He hit his head on a bunk bed, and it's a big ass gash in his head. He's bleeding everywhere. We got to take him to the emergency room. He get these tape stitches. They give you tape stitches and shit now. You hear what I'm saying? He got tape stitches, and we wondering why it's so much calamity and low vibing energy inside the house. And then my daughter said, I had a dream. And I said, well, tell me the dream. She said, you know that gorilla? And I'm like, the gorilla that we sent to the hospital when my son got his appendix taken out? She said, yeah. She said, that gorilla been hunting me. I said, what you talking about? She said, I seen it in my dreams, and she was doing her hair, and she looked to the left, and she seen it looking at her. Not looking at her, it was just sitting there. She said, have you ever felt somebody looking at you from across the room? I said, heck yeah. And she said, have you ever just turned and looked at them right in their eyes? I said, yep. She said, she kept doing a gorilla like that. And I said, oh, and her mother said, oh. So we packaged up the gorilla, then I took the gorilla out the bag, then I stabbed the gorilla up. I let the kids, I showed the kids me kill the gorilla, and I really did. I ripped that damn gorilla up, and then I put it up in a bag, and I tied the bag up. And then this morning, I'm talking about like 2 a.m, one of my sons, he fell out the bed. But before he fell out the bed, I was having a dream that I was falling from the sky. And when I was falling from the sky, I screamed, Mama! And I woke up the whole house. In my dream, I was screaming for my mama. But in reality, I screamed loud, real loud. I screamed for my mama. At the same time, he hit the floor screaming for mama. It was so crazy. I've been up since then. That was like 2 a.m, like 2, like 2:15 or something like that. But anyway, I said, I'm about to take out the trash. So I took that damn trash out. That gorilla was in there. And as I'm walking to the trash can, I am so scared. I feel like turning around, taking a bag. Look, it was something in my head saying, turn around, take the bag inside the house and just take it in the morning. But I'm still walking to the trash bin and I'm so petrified. I ain't never felt like this in my life. Well, one time. But at this time that I'm feeling it in my life, there was demonic spirits around, and I knew that. These spirits was purposely summoned up. And I threw them damn bags up in the trash can, and I went back in the house, and I feel better. I could breathe better. It was a gorilla doll up in here that was possessed by a demon. That's why the Most High wanted me to watch Chucky. That's why we watched it, because it was a real Chucky inside of our house. So this teaches me something. God forbid, if anybody you know ever go to the hospital, don't never give them a stuffed animal. I mean, how did I even slip up like that, right? How did I even slip like that? I let that gorilla be in that hospital with my son for all of them days, for like 2 weeks. And all of them energies that come in and out of them hospitals, people are born there, people pass away there, people are sick there, people are on a deathbed, deadly sick, terminal ill. And all of them demons can be attached to that dog because they see that we have the light. I'm talking about we was arguing. I was having an appetite for things that I never had an appetite for. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Peace.